Hello guys, recently Thariq from Claude Code shared this tweet, tip and prompt and I decided to try it out. Imagine the scenario that you have an idea for a big feature or even a project and basically you don't know what you don't know. What are the concerns, trade-offs, small bits and pieces that you may be missing, and of course AI can help with clarifying that, with asking difficult questions, and here's the prompt for that. So this is kind of Claude Code plan mode, and you will see that in a minute, but on steroids. I was pleasantly surprised by the result. And for testing, I took a pretty random job from Upwork with this specification. I've shortened it a bit and put as a spec.md in a new project. So this is the specification, about 100 lines of markdown, but basically all of those menu items are not perfectly clear. So how exactly it should work? So it may be specification of your own ideas, or it may be specification of a project by a client, and you need to come up with follow-up questions, and Claude Code can help us. In fact, different AI agents can help us, but in this case, since the tip came from Thariq from Claude Code, I will specifically use Claude Code with Opus, and I will paste this prompt into Claude Code here. And probably I need to reformat it like this. And yeah, watch what Claude Code will do. And keep in mind, I'm not in plan mode. This is automatically kind of turning on plan mode with this thing, Ask User Question tool. I'll talk about that separately in a minute, what that actually is. And here we go. After roughly 1 minute, we have typical plan mode of Claude Code, where you can choose the answers and navigate between the questions as well. Since it's not my project, I don't even know the answer, so I will just click enter on each of them and then I will submit the answers. But look what happens next. And look what Claude Code says. Excellent, stuff like that. This simplifies. Now next, let me dive into lead data and the purchase flow. So it comes up with a set of questions related to the next topic of the specification. So as you can see, we have 4 more questions: pre-purchase, lead expiry, unsold leads, and refunds. And again, enter, 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 since I don't know the answers, and we submit the answers. Now look at what Claude Code will say next. Clear business model. Now let's explore the dealer experience and vetting process. Again, I'm not an author of that job description, so I don't know what that is specifically, but here we have the next set of questions. So in this step-by-step mode, basically it is interviewing you for a lot of details which you may not think about in the beginning of this project, or your client may not clarify upfront. So now we have how many? 12 questions, and I will keep hitting enter to shorten this video in the background, and then I will show you the final result after all the questions are answered. Okay, and I've answered all of the questions, which were 56 questions. So I had 14 sessions of 4 questions each, and now it's working on updating the same spec MD, and I will show you the before and the after. This is exactly what Thariq meant in the end of the prompt: be very in-depth and continue interviewing me continually until it's complete. Which is another example of you can instruct AI to be like very shallow or very specific or very strict in the way that you want to actually use it. And while Claude Code is busy with specification, let's talk about that Ask User Question tool. It's an internal tool which powers that specific plan mode in Claude Code. So if you look at Claude Code repository and search for Ask User Question, in fact, it should not be Ask User Question tool at the end with suffix, it's just Ask User Question, and in various places of plugins, Hookify, configure, changelog, then some plugin settings, then interactive commands. So basically this is the main thing, interactive commands. And this is probably the explanation that Ask User Question is one of the tools like read, write, grep, and others. And that tool is used in various places of Claude Code, like for example, command development skill, which is, as I understand, used when you want to create your own / command in Claude Code. So this is internal thing, you don't need to install anything, just mention use Ask User Question if you want to be interviewed in a similar fashion. And now we have the result of Spec MD. This is the summary, key decisions captured, schema includes this and that, and let's see what Spec MD looks like now. So we had 100 lines of markdown. Now we have probably a bigger file with more details for staff, admin, public website, and other stuff. And in total, how much it is? It is 450 lines of code, so 4 times bigger than the initial specification. So I think this approach and this prompt, or prompt could be a little bit different depending on the project, but that approach is very good to detailize the initial spec, the initial raw idea into more details. What can you miss, or what may be more detailized? This is kind of similar to the general approach of spec-driven development, and then you would probably divide that spec into phases or tasks or whatever you call that, and then tackle them one by one, or maybe make another round of prompting with Claude Code, transforming that into actionable steps like plan of actions. But this is the topic for another video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make one. But in this video, I just wanted to test the prompt by Thariq. Does it even work? And yes, surely it does. What do you guys think about such approach, and what do you use for such more detailed specification? Let's discuss in the comments below. And if you want to see more of my AI coding experiments, subscribe to my Substack newsletter. This is the latest issue, published just 34 minutes ago as I'm shooting this video. So every Wednesday, I share my findings about AI coding news, tips, and opinions with my own comments on top. So if you want to get this or similar set of links every Wednesday, subscribe to Substack. The link will be in the description below. It is free. There's also a paid membership on that Substack, and I will talk about that more later in this year, as I will introduce more perks and more content specifically for paid members. But for now, that's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.